Stop dreaming of the throne until you know what it's built on. This is, the king. It's not a symbol of leadership. It's a giant, blood-stained axe. Ready to find out why your boss is actually an executioner? Forget the shiny crown and the velvet robes. When you study Japanese, they feed you sweet little lies to make memorization easier. They tell you king is a noble concept. It's adorable, really, but completely wrong. We are diving deep into the true, blood-soaked history of this character. Prepare to unlearn everything you thought you knew. The sanitized philosophy myth. Your textbook probably says the 3 horizontal lines represent heaven, humanity, and earth, and the king is the vertical line connecting them. Sounds beautiful, doesn't it? Like a perfect cosmic yoga instructor aligning the universe's chakras. Unfortunately for the peace lovers, the ancient Chinese weren't doing yoga. They were busy surviving. This perfect cosmic harmony is a fairy tale. It's a mnemonic invented centuries later to make rulers look like divine philosophers. Look at me. I connect heaven and earth. Yeah, right. If you were a peasant in the Shang dynasty, the king wasn't meditating. He was terrifying. Let's strip away the philosophy and look at the raw truth. Welcome to the Bronze Age reality. Life was nasty, brutish, and short. To be a king didn't mean you were the smartest or the most spiritual. It meant you had the biggest, deadliest toys. It meant you could crush your enemies before breakfast. The character doesn't picture a philosopher. It pictures a tool of absolute dominance. It's all about the monopoly on violence. Look closely at the shape of O. It's not a person. It's a massive, heavy bronze executioner's axe, the broad blade pointing downwards, ready to strike. Because nothing says I am in charge quite like holding the weapon that decides who lives and who gets chopped into pieces. To understand the shape, bind the weapon first. The top line? That's the handle or the binding tying the heavy metal to the wooden shaft. Imagine the sheer physical strength required to swing this thing. This wasn't a sword for a quick duel. It was a weapon of mass intimidation. A king ruled through fear, not philosophy. Drop the heavy blade. Smash! That bottom horizontal line is the massive cutting edge of the axe, hitting the execution block. The sound alone would make the bravest warriors tremble. So next time you write remember you are sketching a lethal weapon dropping with bone-crushing force. Pretty metal for a JLPT N5 kanji, right? In the ancient world, power equals taking life. It's a simple, brutal equation. You have the axe, you make the rules. The character for king is literally the instrument of capital punishment. Memorize it as an axe, and you'll never forget its shape. Heaven, earth, and humanity, more like handle, shaft, and blade. Much easier to remember. So, don't lose your head when studying kanji. Literally, the O character stands tall, just like an executioner waiting for his next client. By facing the dark, gruesome reality of its origin, the kanji burns itself into your memory. No more cute stories. Just cold, hard, bronze facts. Let's see how this axe swings, in other words. Now, let's look at the pronunciation. Shout, "Oh!" That's the onyomi, the Chinese reading. It sounds like a sudden realization, or maybe the sound you make when you see the axe falling. Oh, king! Try shouting it next time you do your flashcards. Your neighbors might think you're crazy, but you'll ace your JLPT reading section. Time for a little quiz. Spot the fake kings. As kanji evolved, fools started hanging out with other characters, creating a family of lookalikes. It's like a royal masquerade ball, and some of these guys are imposters. We have O, Tama, and Shu. Don't let the similar shapes trick you. Let's unmask the jewel in the crown. Here we have a king with a jewel. Meet Tama, meaning jewel or coin. It looks exactly like A, but with a little extra dot. Think of that dot as a shiny diamond the king kept for himself. Or maybe it's a drop of sweat from carrying that heavy axe. Either way, A plus a dot equals Tama. But beware, when Tama combines with other characters to form a radical, the dot disappears. It's like the king hides his treasure when other kanji are looking. It goes undercover, reverting to the shape of A. So when you see the O shape on the left side of a kanji, it's usually the jewel radical, not the king. Sneaky, right? Which brings us to a mind-bending question. Why is king in the kanji for logic or reason? Look at kotowari or ri. The left side looks like O. Does logic require a king? Do you need an axe to win an argument? Well, maybe on the internet, but etymologically, no. It's a trap for language learners. You must destroy your native friend's assumptions. That left part in ri isn't the king. It's the jewel radical with its dot hidden. Ri originally meant cutting and polishing jade along its natural veins. From polishing stones, it became following the natural order, hence logic. No kings involved, just shiny rocks and hidden dots. You've been warned. Let's put our executioner's axe back into everyday vocabulary. First up, Osama, the king. Adding the polite suffix sama is highly recommended, unless you want to introduce your neck to his axe. It's used for literal kings, or metaphorically for anyone acting like a tyrant, like your cat. Your cat is definitely an Osama. Next, we have Jo-O, the queen, woman plus king. Notice they didn't invent a new weapon for her. She gets the same terrifying axe. Whether she's a historical monarch or just the reigning champion of your local trivia night, Jo-O commands respect. Bow down to the vocabulary list, learners. The queen demands your attention. And where does the king keep his axe? In the Okoku, the kingdom, king plus country. It's literally the land enclosed by borders, where this guy gets to swing his weapon. Whether you're talking about the United Kingdom or a fantasy realm in your favorite anime, Okoku is the territory of the axe. Conquer it in your studies. So there you have it, the bloody, brutal truth behind the kanji for king. Forget the peaceful philosophers, and embrace the bronze axe. It's darker, it's cooler, and it's much easier to remember for your exams. If you survived this lesson with your head intact, hit subscribe to survive the next one. Class dismissed.